Hello from Bristol. This is Paul. Feeling a little bit tired from a few beers in the afternoon yesterday. But the sun's up and so am I. And now for more reminiscing from the days of yore. Maybe I should go back a bit further than normal. Back to the school days where we first became good pals. Lots of good memories and good fun there. Well, actually, we were quite unusual kids, really, because we would spend an afternoon at mine watching like some old German film with the sound down, and get out a tape recorder and just overdub the whole film, and then just watch it back with our overdubs. I do remember a specific film that was based on a German vacuum cleaner salesman, which he really did embody the character in that film. And although, despite your ability and intelligence, you didn't really have any interest in school and lessons, as like the time you cut up Mrs. Bennett's felt, I did feel I had to dob you in for that. But yeah, we did have a lot of good fun. Although we were a bit cowardly once when remember we were on the bus with Rich Simcock, and earlier that day we'd been to a joke shop, and for some reason Richard bought like a laughing bag, like one of those little bags where you just squeeze it, and sort of the laughing policeman style canned laughter comes from it. And we were on the double decker on the top, heading back to yours, probably from I don't know what we had done in town, seen a Back to the Future or something like that. We'd done something, and yeah, and these yobbish thugs with their hoodies on came, and I was sat by you, and Rich was sat by himself on the seat behind, and these guys sort of were trying to sort of mug Rich for like about 50p, which is probably all the money he had on him. And we were just kind of like just looking forward, utterly petrified that these yobs were sort of accosting Rich. And the guy was trying to get into Rich's pocket to get the laughing bag out. To get the money out, rather. He didn't know there was a laughing bag in there until he actually set it off and had this like, here, give me your 50p, and then you just hear this really did break the tension. But Rich wasn't very happy with our cowardly lack of interjection. Like the time he just smashed all the snooker balls off your table and went home on his bicycle crying. Your mum sort of turned up a bit later and said, "Oh, just seen Rich riding through the Page Park in tears." I don't know why I'm laughing at this terrible portrayal of like a school friend. But yeah, many incidents at the old Hill House Road. Obviously the most infamous being getting in your mum and dad's car when they were away on holiday, driving it up and down the drive, and well, say you were driving, I was in the passenger seat, which is a metaphor for our friendship, really. And you didn't know which one the brake pedal was, so I leaned forward to tell you. You slammed it on. I slammed my head into the rear view mirror, shattering the glass in that, cutting my head, and you removed the windshield to replace it, and it sent a massive crack down the actual windshield itself. So yeah, your plan was to just explain to your mum and dad that, yeah, unfortunately there was a break-in in the garage, but you forgot to hide the replacement rear view mirror that you bought. So when your mum was doing a bit of a tidy when you were at school, she came across the rear view mirror, and you had quite the interrogation. I recall. I wasn't there, but the way you told it sounded quite intense from your mum and dad. And as we know, the best thing about that was the fact that on the local FM radio in the background could be heard the Fleetwood Mac song, "Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, tell me lies." So yeah, so something rather serendipitous about that. But yeah, that sort of period was full of incident, and like that party you had at your gaff where it was the place was absolutely trashed, and your dad thought his leather jacket had been stolen, and he was going to go around every single person's house who'd been to that party to just burst into their house and like go through their wardrobes, which was a terrifying prospect. And then Sam, your granddad, turned up, and he was wearing the jacket, like, right, Pete, aboard your jacket. I don't have to put on too much of a Bristolian accent to sound that Bristolian, to be fair. Yesterday, also, I was chatting to someone about the Channel Tunnel randomly, and I remember the time that we took a trip down the Channel Tunnel to go to Bordeaux for the day, which was something different to do. And remember sort of when we got stopped at France before you got off, they actually had police come on, check everybody's, I think we had our passports with us. They sort of checked that, and they had sniffer dogs with them, sort of German shepherds, Alsatians as they got renamed with our lack of sympathy for the Third Reich. So very, very strict, well, very thorough coach inspection. And we went around, got something to eat, encountered a few rude French people, and then we were up by Bordeaux Castle, and you sort of fiddling around in your pockets, and you had a bag of weed on you, which was absolutely fantastic at the time, because we just thought, brilliant, we just roll up a joint. But the crazy thing was just actually taking it across the border, past customs, and past rather ineffectual sniffer dogs. I guess French sniffer dogs are probably just like anything French, just disengaged, not very thorough. They probably the smell of garlic on the customs officers was probably too overpowering for them to actually smell anything, any contraband, which is not a very nice thing to say against our brothers in France. So a few little reminiscence then from different times and different ping-ponging eras going around in my head. So take it easy your side, mate. Sending my love as ever. I shall touch base with more of this rather convoluted podcast I've started with the audience of one or two. I'm sure, Sarah, you are listening to this as well. Love to you both. Speak to you soon. I'm going to put the radio on and listen to the Manchester United West Ham game. So a mixture of Eccles and Mancunian madness. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.